Here to Eagle Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball, live this afternoon on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp, along with my good friend and color analyst Galen Wellnicki. Nathan Hyde, our technical director tonight. David England and Cole Smith have other obligations, so they're not here with us. We will have a two-camera angle tonight. A third camera will be on the scoreboard, but we will have a couple of close-up views of the pitcher and of the catcher, as well as the field cam that we normally have. Well, today it's Cedar Creek. The game originally scheduled to be in Bastrop at Cedar Creek High School. However, due to the rains last night, the tarp there blew off and water got on the field, so they decided to move the game here to Georgetown for a 2 p.m. first pitch, and that's why we're right back here at Georgetown. However, per URL rules, Cedar Creek will still be the designated home team, even though we are here at Georgetown. Cedar Creek 4-7 in 19-5A, 11-13-1 overall. Blue, gray, and white, their colors. They are coached by Joshua Thomas for the Georgetown Eagles, 13-0, perfect here in 19-5A, 21-7-1. Blue and white colors coached by Adam Foster. And we would also like to let folks know we are using our new SHN scoreboard here for this ball game. And Galen, we are getting started right away with 3 minutes to go before 2, and the first pitch already on the way here to the leadoff for Georgetown, Galen, the shortstop Cole Posey.
It's this game was preceded by the freshman game, which Georgetown won 6-5.
This game already underway here, and the count early at 1-2. Thanks for joining us as we are here from Georgetown High School. Windy day out here. This pitch too close inside. Did that hit him or did he just walk? He was a hit by pitch.
I'm going to have to start including the hit by pitches in the statistics, I think, pretty soon.
So Cole Posey will reach to first base on that hit by pitch. Second in the order, the catcher, number 20, Wyatt Childress for the Georgetown Eagles, who defeated Cedar Creek here last night 3-1.
Stepping in with a .280 batting average.
First pitch on the way here, pulls back. Called a ball, 1-0 the early count. Well, Galen, we're excited about the scoreboard. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. I had a person develop that and program it for us just the way we wanted, and we're featuring that today here on SHN as well as Leander broadcast. 1-0 the count, pitch on the way, pulls back. This one too close inside. The count 2-0 on Wyatt Childress.
Hopefully we'll be able to use this quite a bit tonight in the top of the innings, the scoreboard. We'll be moving it along. This is an important game for Georgetown because Georgetown wins today, and then there's no question in the district race they will have clinched both the first place seed in the playoffs, which they did last night, and they will clinch the outright district championship if they win.
Next pitch here today. Hit foul. The count 2-1 as Cole Posey started to take off. Yeah, it's a good point. They win today. They clinch 19-5A after finishing second last year, Galen, to Rouse.
Last night's games that we found the results on, things continue to get bad for Pflugerville Conley. They got beat 15-0 last night by Cedar Park, and Rouse beat Hutto 9-1.
2-1 here, trying to slide in and steal the base, and no, he didn't get there in time. He got tagged.
2-6.
So the first out, and Cole Posey's out on a 2-6, and you know the coach isn't going to be happy with that. The count here 2-1 for Wyatt Childress, now 3-1 after that ball moments ago.
Well, we just traded another runner for. And if you're running, you know, if you're running to second base, you've got quite a headwind to run into.
You have to go to upcoming games, and then it'll show it. Yes, yes. It's because it's already after the start time. That's why it's not there. You have to go to upcoming, and you'll see it. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Bye. Sorry for that. Just had to help a quick technical question. So base runner is on first now. Did he reach on a walk there, Wyatt Childress? And the count here 0-0 for Cole Moore.
Way outside.
Want to know the count here? Ball on a no balls, or beg your pardon, 1 ball's no strike, 1 out here. Georgetown is a base runner on 1.
That was kind of a Williamson County line pitch out there as far outside as it was to the left-handed batter.
On the mound for Cedar Creek, number 11, Philip Figueroa. Behind catching is number 9, Hunter Houston. So a little bit of a change-up here for Cedar Creek. This pitch is going to clip the outside corner for a strike, and the count at 1-1 here for Cole Moore.
The wind is blowing very stiffly out toward the right field corner.
Yeah, it's picking up on our crowd mic, getting a little bit of static there as well.
And the Texas flag is now suspended between the flagpole and the tree behind the flagpole.
It's kind of blowing up. The American flag is blowing up. Got a little underdraft
They
here.
got a wind machine out behind the center field barrier.
1-1 the count here for Cole Moore, the left-handed batter. Wyatt Childress there on first. Remember last night he got over to second, tried to steal third, and he was tagged out. The 1-1 delivery. This one way too far outside. Childress going to try to get over to 2, and did he get there in time? No, he did not. And another out for Georgetown on a stolen base attempt. Was that a 2-6 as well? Another 2-6 there. Boy, not good for Georgetown here as they're trying to find those bases, and they've now let 2 of them go, and Coach Foster not going to be happy with that, Galen.
I think on the last one he may not have been happy with the call at second base.
Now the count here for Cole Moore, 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Georgetown now with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Pitch on the way, and this one a little too low. The count at 3-1.
You know, it's interesting that, you know, that guy's ball is going the opposite direction of the wind. You know, as slow as he's pitching, it seems like it would be blowing in the other direction.
3-1 pitch on the way. This one going to be hit. It's a base hit out to left field, Cole Moore.
That would have been that would have scored a run probably if we hadn't had the runners picked off.
So Cole Moore at first base, 2 outs here in the top of the first. We're scoreless to start things here from Georgetown High School. You may be asking, well, if Georgetown's at their home field, why are they leading off here in the first inning? And that's because they're the designated away team. Again, this game got moved back here to Georgetown High School because of the weather last night at Cedar Creek. Right-handed pitch on the way. Swing and a miss here by Ryan Neitch.
Before the game, I was talking at Coach Foster, and he said he was going to have everybody aim toward the Home Depot sign, hit the ball toward the Home Depot sign out there in right field.
Trying to pick here the base runner Cole Moore at first on a 1-3. Figueroa over to Garrison. Cole Moore safe. 0-1 the count remains here for Ryan Goodnight, the right-handed hitter. Looking down Garrison, and pitch on its way. Called a ball here, 1-1 even count. First base out there for Cedar Creek, number 22, Benjamin Garrison. At second base, number 16, Ashton Figueroa. Third base, number 15, Gabriel Gonzalez. Well, he's letting these call as strikes. That one clips back in, barely on the corner, 1-2 the count now for Ryan Neitch. Again, Cole Moore out there at first, as you see on your screen. The pitch here, this one's going to be hit into the glove of the shortstop, and he's going to go over for an easy little 6-4 action for the third out there. That's going to be a 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 put out on Cole Moore for the third out. 6-4 p Not where Georgetown wanted to be after one, Galen. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're moving to the bottom of the first. We'll keep things right here, Galen.
Yeah, it's another one of those slow, fairly slow junk ballers stolen out there on the mound. And it's going to be hard to adjust to him. It's going to be like last night. It's going to be a little bit hard for the hitters to adjust to him.
Well, leading off for Cedar Creek will be the pitcher, number 11, Philip Figueroa. In that second position, the first baseman, number 22, Benjamin Garrison. Third, batting, the shortstop, number 21, Garrett Bodine. The catcher tonight in the cleanup position for Cedar Creek, number 9, Hunter Houston. In that fifth order, the second baseman, number 16, Ashton Figueroa. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 7, Brandon. Do I have his name down there? It is Brandon.
Brandon Osoria.
Osoria, that's right. Thank you, Galen. So Brandon Osoria. And then the 7, 8, 9, the third baseman, number 15, Gabriel Gonzalez. The right fielder, number 2, Payne Allen. And batting ninth in that final position, the center fielder, number 5, Clavin Cleric.
Wood is out there pitching for Georgetown, and he's got a 4-1 record. His ratio of strikeouts to walks is very good at 22-6 with a 2.44 earned run average. And I believe he was the starter in our Ice Bowl game last Saturday.
Ice Bat. We can say Ice Bat now, too, because I don't think the Ice Bats, is that still trademarked? They're gone. They haven't been around in a long time.
Yeah.
The Texas Stars, or what is it, Cedar Park team, Texas Stars, they, I think they put their number in. Philip Figueroa now at bat for Cedar Creek. Again on the mound for Georgetown, number 9, Grant Wood. Cole Moore at first base, Seaback at second, Jeffrey David at third, Cole Posey the shortstop. Pitch on the way. This one is going to go foul, barely at the last minute, Galen. And the count here at 0-1.
That was an opportune hit for Georgetown, the fact that it missed the bag by about 6 inches. Maybe a foot. Oops, inside, had to jump back.
Second pitch, a ball, as Galen just said, 1-1 the count here on Phillip. The delivery here, this one's going to be a base hit out to left. That should be a double unless he can track it down quick enough. And he will stay at first, so a single. Good fielding out there by Hunter Savarese in left field, because if that one would have got away from him, that could have been a double. Instead, it's only going to be a single for Philip Figueroa.
You know, they got off to a good start and scored their only run in the first inning last night.
Philip Figueroa there at first base after that hit moments ago. Second in the order, the first baseman, number 22, Benjamin Garrison, a right-handed hitter for the Eagles of Cedar Creek.
He was their starting pitcher last night.
Right-handed delivery on the way, swing and a miss here, and the runner going to try to steal, and he was tagged. No, he's safe. So a stolen base by Philip Figueroa. The count 0-1 on Benjamin Garrison.
He was safe because we did. Posey didn't keep control of the ball. The ball was loose. It appeared to be because he picked it up off the ground after the play.
So that runner now in scoring position for Cedar Creek. 0-1 delivery on the way, pulls back, high pitch, and called a ball here, 1-1. Again, no outs. Base runner on second, Philip Figueroa, after that stolen base moments ago. No score here. Georgetown trying to pick. Luckily, Wood pulled back as Cole Posey wouldn't have been there in time. Okay, I'm curious to know how windy it is out there. We'll pull up the weather at the end of one, give everybody a weather update, because it is windy outside today. A little chilly wind, too, but not too bad.
The flagpole is bending, too, now.
This pitch too low and on the outside corner, 2-1 the count. You can see the umpire's pants out there blowing in the wind just like the flag. Nathan said blown like a hurricane.
And the flag is completely, the Texas flag is completely buried almost at times in the...
2-1 turns into a 3-1, a high pitch there. Coach Brindley going to talk things over with Grant Wood. He doesn't want to let this one get out of hand early here.
We don't need to lose this game. Need to keep the momentum built up.
We're under a red flag warning here in Williamson County. In fact, most of Central Texas and West Texas as well under that same advisory. Fair and breezy conditions right now, 64 degrees. But Galen, that wind out of the northwest at a sustained 22 miles an hour, the wind gusting to 29. And that's why we're seeing those flags the way they are tonight. And some of these pitches kind of looking erratic out there, Galen. You're on the 3-1 delivery. Pitch on the way. Bunts this one up, and that's going to be foul. The count 3-2. So the payoff pitch upcoming here on Benjamin Garrison. Things going a little bit slower than last night, Galen. Pitch here, and that one way too close inside and walked him. Base runners on 1 and 2 now for Cedar Creek. Still no outs, and Georgetown defense in a little bit of trouble right now, Galen. Third in the order, the shortstop, number 21, Garrett Bodine. Bodine, a right-handed hitter for the Cedar Creek Eagles.
Nothing that a triple play wouldn't help here.
Well, hit out to left field here in the right spot. Could score. This pitch curves back in. Beautiful pitch there. Going to be called a strike. 0-1 the early count on Bodine.
No, you got the outfield's playing in, and you got big gaps in towards both the power alleys right now. Knight is shaded a little bit toward. He's shaded a little bit more toward left field than he is to right.
Last pitch, a bunt attempt goes foul. The count at 0-2. Again, you can keep up with it there on your video screen. Our new scoreboard showing the hit count as well as the on bases. We'll try to keep that updated as much as possible. I'm actually behind the screen running that as I call the game here. Right-handed delivery on the way. This one too far outside, and the count now at 1-2.
Well, the Texas flag has returned to its semi-traditional position. Now it's back in the trees again. It's you do a play-by-play on that, and oh, he's gone.
Pitch here, got him looking at it for the first out.
That's in the flow of things, that's a big play right there, getting the first out with.
The bottom of the first, we are 1 out. Base runners on 1-2 for the Eagles of Cedar Creek. On the mound for Georgetown, Grant Wood behind the plate, as we said moments ago. Number 20, Wyatt Childress, the catcher, as he's been most of the season. Savarese, Nitch, and Thompson from left to right out there on the defense for Georgetown. Georgetown trying to pick here as the pitcher turns around on a 1-4, and the runner's going to be safe back at second base. That's Philip Figueroa. He stole to second just earlier in this inning, Galen. Right-handed delivery on the way. This one's going to ground foul. The early count 0-1.
We came into the game with a 764 percentage on stolen bases, but we've been on 120 successes and 157 attempts, but we've already had 2 unsuccessful attempts in this game for Georgetown.
0-1 delivery. Bunts this one, tries to anyways. It's going to go foul, and the count 0-2.
And another strikeout here would be just dandy.
Yeah, Wood trying to work out of this one. He's allowed 2 to get on already. Last night, there was only 2 hits by Georgetown allowed. Right-handed pitch here on the way, too high and up inside. The first ball of this at bat. The count at 1-2. Again, 1 outs. Runners on 1-2 for Cedar Creek. The delivery way too far outside. That one gets out of the reach, and a wild pitch is going to advance runners to 2 and 3. So Figueroa will move over to third. Garrison will move over to second, and the count at 2-2. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one's going to ground over to Jeffrey David. He's not able to get up on it. Can he make the play in time? He did at first. However, a runner will come in and score. So Houston will be out there on a 5-3 for the first out. However, Figueroa will come in to score. Runner will advance over to third is Garrison. Cedar Creek leading now 1-0, 2 outs. Runner on third base. Pitch here, that one almost hits the sleeve of Ashton Figueroa. Called a ball, 1-0.
This is a very similar start now to last night's first inning.
Wood kicks up the left leg, the right-handed pitch on the way. This one too high and out. 2 balls, no strikes here for Figueroa. 2-0 delivery by Wood on the way. This one's going to hit up. Jumping. What a grab by Cole Moore at first base. Hopping up, making the play for the third out there. A line right into the glove of Cole Moore. Cedar Creek scoring 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Through 1, Cedar Creek leads 1-0, Galen. We'll keep it right here.
That was 2 good defensive plays by Cole Moore in 2 games back-to-back at 2 different positions. Last night he ignited the double play, the crucial double play late in the game, and then he made that diving catch there.
Well, top of the second inning we go. Leading off for Georgetown will be the 5th in the order, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David. Behind him, the hitting sensation, the designated hitter, number 13, Logan Drake, and then the right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. Again, Figueroa on the mound for Cedar Creek. Behind, as the catcher, Hunter Houston. First base, Benjamin Garrison. Second base, Ashton Figueroa. Third base, Gabriel Gonzalez. The shortstop tonight, Garrett Bodine. And then from left to right, Trevor Phone, Clavin Cleric, and Payne Allen. Jeffrey David with his 78th at-bat, 28 hits on the season. He's got 12 RBIs, averages .364, Mr. Wellnicki.
Good average. Time for him to fatten it up a little bit.
Pitch on the way. This one too high upstairs. 1-0 the early count.
Flags back in the Texas flags back in the tree again.
Second pitch got away from him. 2 balls, no strikes. .20 pitch. 2-0 too low. 3-0 now the count.
2-0 too low. That's got a good sound to it.
Well, it does if you're, going for Cedar Creek, but if you're a Georgetown fan, Galen. 3-0 delivery right across the plate on the changeup. 3-1 now the count here.
The good old automatic.
3-1 delivery. Clipped him on the corner. Now a payoff pitch upcoming. 3-2. Well, Georgetown at bat. Yeah, that was happy. Now it's 3-2. Quickly back in action. This one is going to be a base hit to left field. Great job by Jeffrey Davis on the payoff pitch, getting a hit for Georgetown. Now their second hit of this ball game. And on a 3-2, Jeffrey David will stand at first base. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Cedar Creek leading 1-0. This is similar to exactly how things started last night, Galen.
Yeah, we've got Logan Drake up here, and he's a left-handed hitter, and it'd be great for him to get his first home run of the year.
Matt Leschman listening in and watching. Appreciate you, Matt, from Arizona, saying the video and the new scoreboard looking good. If you're out there watching, please let us know how things are sounding and If you like that new scoreboard, again, our SHN fan line at 512-522-9105. Please send us a text message. Let us know if you got a shout-out as well, 512-522-9105. Drake's going to call time here and runs all the way back over to Coach Foster.
Must be a question on the sign here.
Takes a little hop step, and now Logan gets back over into his left-handed batter's box. It's the longest time we've seen all year by a hitter. Do you ask the umpire if that, can I go run over and talk to the coach?
No, you just ask for time and do it.
Just do it.
As long as you don't take too long.
Pitch on the way. Boy, that one looked like it was outside. They're going to call it a strike on the corner, 0-1 on Logan Drake.
The umpire is favoring that side of the plate as far as calls.
Again, base runner on one for Georgetown. Logan Drake, the lead runner at home plate. Jeffrey David, the one out there after that hit at first base. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Georgetown trails 1-0. Right-handed delivery. Logan trying to bunt this one, and it's going to be called a strike as it hits the bat, goes foul, 0-2. Well, the last two at-bats for Logan after hitting over 500, he's cooled off quite a bit here, Galen.
Yeah, his batting average has dropped quite a bit.
He's at 432 now. He was the fourth leading hitter in Central Texas, according to the Austin American-Statesman. 0-2 delivery by Figueroa on its way. This one going to pop up into center field, and they're going to have to try to run under this one, and he makes the grab. Clave and Cleric making the grab, and Georgetown able to get back in time to first, thankfully. So Drake out on a fly 8 for the first out.
Another left-handed hitter. I think we got almost all our left-handed hitters in there today.
Top of the second, one out. Georgetown has one runner on first. It's Jeffrey David. Logan Drake out moments ago on that pop-up to center field. Now we move to the seventh in the order. The right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. Pitch on the way to Noah, clips the corner, and again, it looked like it was low and out, Galen, but they're going to call it a strike, 0-1. He is favoring that. Figueroa looks down, taking some time. Now this pitch on the way. And Georgetown going to try to get over and steal to second. He got there, and that's out of the reach. Georgetown's going to be able to get over to third. And another error out there in the back, and Georgetown.
We got a stolen base and an error.
Yep. So David will get the steal over to third, and now they mess up again. And wow, Jeffrey David is going to come in and score.
David with the steal to second, answers at third, and the score on the error.
2 errors on that play, Galen. Can you say 2 in the same one?
Yes, you can.
Well, there was 2. And on 2 errors after a stolen base to second, coach for Cedar Creek not happy. He's talking things over with his infield up on the mound.
The umpire's coming out to break up the meeting.
Count here at 1-1 for Noah Thompson, and we're all tied up at 1 apiece. So Cedar Creek doing a little damage to themselves, and it's pretty rare that you see back-to-back errors on the same play there, Galen, and that's exactly what happened. The first error was out on the center fielder.
No, the first error would have been on the person that made the throw.
It was way too high out there for him, that's right.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way to Thompson here, called a ball, 2-1 the count on Noah Thompson.
Also, he made a throw to a place that wasn't really being covered too closely.
Pitch quickly back in motion. This one across the plate on a fastball. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 1 out. Nobody on for Georgetown after David came in on a stolen base and then back-to-back errors. 2-2 delivery, grounds right into the glove of Figueroa. And on a 1-3 routine to Garrison for the second out. Eighth on the order, the left fielder, number 25, Hunter Savarese.
Who's wearing number 26 today.
Yep, 26 is his number, normally 25. But those away jerseys is a different number.
Right.
And Savarese, his 51st at-bat, 16 hits, has 12 RBIs, averages .320. Pitch on the way, this one too high, and the count at 1-0.
So far, we haven't seen any pitches from him, from the Cedar Creek pitcher, that have endangered the top limits of the radar gun.
1-0 delivery turns into a 2-0 after back-to-back balls.
It's kind of the thing.
Pitch here, this one a base hit over to right field in that right power alley. And it's going to be a double, maybe a triple. We'll see. He can go. And he will round over second, now to third base. Easy does it. And Georgetown, a triple by by Hunter Savarese. And another hit here for Georgetown. That's the third one of this afternoon.
That's Thompson's fourth triple of the season.
That'll bring up the bottom of the order, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback. Seaback, his 53rd at-bat, 13 hits on the season, 8 RBIs, averages .250. Got a chance here to bring in another one in the lead run for Georgetown. This one's going to hit foul. That's the first one, Galen, that we have seen in all of these hitters. We had to go through 8, finally got to 9 before we finally saw a foul ball hit out there over the fence on first base side. 0-1 the count, the pitch on the way. Too high, called a ball, 1-1.
As slow as he's pitching out there, it's pretty easy for the right-handed batters to get around on the ball.
This one going to hit foul now off the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Luke Seaback. Wyatt Childress's grandparents texting moments ago. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one too high, 2-2 even count. Saying, loving the new scoreboard. Thanks for the wonderful coverage of our Eagles. Wyatt Childress's grandparents. Appreciate the Childress family as always. Here on the 2-2. Pitch on the way, too far outside. The Cedar Creek fans wanted it, and that was nowhere close, Galen.
You know, we got a picture down there right now, just broke up a minute ago, of only in Texas.
Pitch on the way here. Looked at it, Galen. Or did he swing?
He swung.
He swung at it. I didn't see it until the last minute. Well, striking, swinging there, but Georgetown able to put in 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base for the Eagles. We're through 1.5. We're tied 1 apiece. We'll take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com. Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit SHNSports.com/VIP. That's SHNSports.com/VIP.
Welcome back to Georgetown High School. Rob Hipp, Galen Wellnicki up here in the booth alongside Nathan Hitt. Just us 3 here today. Georgetown tied up here with Cedar Creek as we move to the top of the 3rd inning, 1 apiece. Galen, Georgetown's got to find some rhythm here on defense, though, to keep this thing going.
I think actually we're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. You've got to be falling into the trap.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, beg your pardon. I was about to say. It didn't make sense.
You've fallen into the trap of having the reverse Sadie Hawkins kind of day here with the teams reversed.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off, so thank you. Yeah, we are in the bottom of the 2nd inning here, and leading off for Cedar Creek will be 6th in the order, the designated hitter, number 7,
The bottom of the 2nd inning will be DH Brandon Osorian.
Brandon Osorian. Osorio. First pitch on the way to Brandon. That one looked close. They're going to say too low. Osorio in a 1-0 count. Quick delivery here off the right hand. This one, that one looked too close inside. He's going to call it a strike.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
That's the side of the plate he's favoring.
That's just unbelievable. Not much consistency except that side of the plate, Galen, as you said. This pitch on the way.
Yeah, it's inside again.
Yeah, 2-1-2. They call it a strike.
Probably needs to put a GPS on the plate.
Time called here by the batter, Brandon Osorio. Again, 1-2 the count. No outs here. Tied up 1 apiece in the bottom of the second. One-two delivery. That time called a ball. 2-2 even count.
The catcher set up outside on that one, so there was probably not too much of a chance of getting the strike call on that one.
Two-two delivery turns into a ball. 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming here for Grant Wood. Grant Wood kicks up the leg. The right-handed pitch on the way. Too far outside, and that's going to be a walk. So a leadoff walk here, and that is the second walk of the ball game. That brings us to the 7th in the order. The third baseman, number 15, Gabriel Gonzalez, a right-handed batter for Cedar Creek.
Jeffrey David just came in and had a short word with Grant Wood.
Base runner on 1. Pitch on the way. Looking for the bunt. Places this one. And should be a 1-3 for an out. And it is. Sack bunt. So Osorio will move over to second on the sack bunt. And a 1-3 put out. Gabriel Gonzalez brings up the 8th in the order, the right fielder, number 2, Payne Allen. The base runner in scoring position for Cedar Creek. He's your tied lead runner. Pitch on the way. This one curves too far outside. 1-0 the count here on Payne Allen.
I don't think the outside pitch is going to, with right-handed batter, is going to work too well today with a zone that's being called by the umpire, home plate umpire right now.
Georgetown trying to pick, instead pulls this one back up. Hey, Christy Foster, listening to Coach Foster's wife. Appreciate you, Christy. Saying hello from San Antonio, Texas. She's at their youngest daughter Sam's volleyball game, but she's listening to us. Said she's loving the new scoreboard. Let's go Eagles. Appreciate you, Christy, and all the fine work that your family does with Georgetown, and especially your husband and coach. He does a great job here along with his staff, Coach Brinley, Coach Vieira, and others. They make it happen. Also want to shout out to the freshmen and JV coaches as well. They do a wonderful job. We were here early today getting to watch some of that JV action. They came back and won that game at the end, Galen. 2-1 to count. Georgetown trying to pick, can't get there quick enough. Good quick arm there by Grant Wood as he threw it over to Cole Posey. Just about a split second too late. Runner's going to stay safe there at second. 2-1, 1 out. Runner on 2 for Cedar Creek. The right-handed delivery. This one's going to ground too quick out of the reach. That's going to be a base hit. And the runner will have to stay in the corner, though. Great fielding by Georgetown. Can't really call that an error. That was a nice base hit. And that would have been a tough one for Grant Wood to be able to snag. So Gonzalez, I beg your pardon, Payne Allen will reach on the hit to first. Osorio will head over to third. And that is the second hit of the game for Cedar Creek.
Well, he's got a signal. Whatever a rub on the forearm is, that's what he's going to do here.
Well, the center fielder number 5, Clavin Cleric, now at bat, bottom of the order. Georgetown, did you see Grant Wood tried to go to third, then he faked it back over to first, had both those runners running back to base. Pitch on the way. This one popped up into the air. Should be catchable by the right fielder.
Good score run.
Noah Thompson, and he's able to come down, and that will be a sac fly as a runner will come in and score and takes the lead now as Osoria. The base runner will stay at first is Payne Allen. So that will bring up the second out on the sac fly. To the right field. We go back to the top of the order. Philip Figueroa. He is 1 for 1. Had a hit, a stolen base, and then a wild pitch was able to come around and score eventually. Pitch on the way here. Too low and outside for Figueroa. 1-0. Right-handed delivery. This one's going to ground right in the glove of David, and David, a dagger over to first, and he got him for the third out. Nice little 5-3 put out for the third out. Georgetown able to eliminate any further damage here in this inning, but allowing one run to be scored on one hit. There were no errors in that inning and one left on base, Galen. We're through 2, top of the third. We'll keep things right here. Not where Georgetown wants to be right now, Galen.
Nope.
Now we can say top of the third inning.
Yes.
Well, again, thanks for joining us this afternoon here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Hey, friends, if you've enjoyed these games, we don't ask for this much. We do play some spots sometimes, but if you enjoy these games, we would sincerely appreciate your donations to help us keep these going. We do receive a little bit of compensation from some of the local areas, some of the local booster clubs, but we do bring a lot of additional features that cost us money outside of our own budget. So if you have enjoyed these broadcasts and you're able to do so, we kindly ask that you feel free to send a donation our way. You can visit us at shnsports.com/baseball, and every game that we list there has a simple link to do that. So, again, if you feel so inclined, we would appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. We're still going to bring you the games free of charge no matter what. So, but everything helps, and as always, we appreciate our wonderful listeners out there for joining us and all your support throughout the season. Also, if you've got a shout-out, send them our way. We'd love to talk about it over the air. Let us know how things are coming through. You can reach us on text message at 512-522-9105. Again, it's 512-522-9105. Quickly in action here, the top of the third. Cole Posey at bat. The early pitch on his way across the plate for a strike, 0-1.
0-2.
A quick hit there, going to be another foul ball. 0-2 count, top of the third, no out. Cedar Creek leads 2-1. So a Cedar Creek team that's 4-7 here in district has been Georgetown's toughest opponent, Galen, in the last several games. 1-2 the count now, the last pitch of ball. On the mound for Cedar Creek, Philip Figueroa. The pitch too far outside. Cedar Creek fans wanting a strike. Give me a break. That was way out. But, hey, you know the way it's been tonight. If it would have been on the inside, that would have been, Galen. 2-2 delivery, and this one hits Cole Posey, and he's going to reach on first on a hit by pitch.
That's the second time he's been plucked in this game.
Wyatt Childress, the catcher, number 20, now at bat. He is 0 for tonight. Reached on a walk, was left stranded. Actually, he reached on a walk, and then he was out on that 2-6 putout. He was part of the first two. Cole Posey and Wyatt both trying to steal bases, and they weren't able to tonight. Julia Engelman sent us a message as well as Wyatt Childress makes his way to the plate. Appreciate you, Julia Engelman, saying she loves the new scorekeeper. Appreciate you. Thank you for always thinking of online fans. Well, hey, we're here for all the fans, Julia, and appreciate all your feedback over the years. 1-0 the count here early on Wyatt Childress.
We got a bird here enjoying the wind currents over the field right now. If you look up.
Yeah. That's where we wish we had our our other camera here this afternoon.
Get our credibility with the Audubon Society on that one.
That bird was getting some hang time, man.
Yeah.
He just chilling.
He got a big wingspan, too, if you notice.
1-0 count here. Base runner on 1 for Georgetown. Pitch and another hit by pitch. This time it's Wyatt Childress. Posey will move to second. Runner on first. And the count resets here as we move to the third in the order. The power hitter, first baseman, number 23, Cole Moore, the left-handed hitter. He is 1 for 1. Had that hit to first, and then he was out on a 6-4 and that third out to end the first inning.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Nathan's right. If there would have been a brawl out there if this had been in the major leagues after 2 straight batters, even if they were being hit by 58-mile-an-hour pitches.
Pitch on the way to Cole Moore, pulls back. The fastball going to be called a strike, and the count at 0-1.
I'll tell you what, if Cole connects here with that wind blowing right away, it might land in Weir.
One here. This one's going to get away, and Georgetown should be able to advance to 2 and 3 on a wild pitch. They do. Posey will advance to 3. Wyatt Childress over to 2, and the count at 2-1 here on Cole Moore.
The catcher got his glove on it, but it's well, we got Ross coming into.
Now courtesy running at first.
Yeah, courtesy running is going to be Jared Ross for Wyatt Childress. So Ross at second, Posey at 3.
And they just intentionally walked.
Will be issued the intentional pass below the bases.
Cole Moore was intentionally walked, so bases are loaded now for Georgetown and no outs.
It's about time for Ryan to jack one over the right field wall.
Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us here on SHN Sports, Georgetown Eagle Baseball. The Eagles trail 2-1 here on their home field. However, Georgetown is the designated away team as the game had to be moved from Cedar Creek here to Georgetown, also an hour after. Right-handed pitch on the way, too high up, and the count at 1-0, Galen?
Yeah.
On Ryan Neitch.
You have to watch your control here because, you know, you can't afford to walk a batter here. You tie the score with a walk.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'll tell you what, Ryan needs to put it in the right field power alley right now. It'd be a good place for it.
Well, Ryan Knight, 16 RBIs on the season. This be a 9. Oh! He gets hit, and now Georgetown going to score a run on that hit by pitch. So 3 hit by pitches here. That is going to force Cole Posey to come in on the fact that bases are loaded. And Georgetown now ties things up at 2 apiece. The bases remain loaded. We move to the 5th in the order, the third baseman, Jeffrey David. David is 1 for 1, had a hit and then a stolen base, and then advanced on 2 errors to score for Georgetown in the second.
And the coach is out to visit the pitcher, who has lost all semblance of control, apparently, with 3 hit batsmen and a walk in this inning. Somebody else is coming in to pitch. We got position changes.
Is that a new pitcher up there getting warm up, Galen?
Yeah,
it is. We'll have that number here. It's hard to see the numbers out there.
He's a submariner.
Yeah, again, very difficult to see that number. The way the jerseys are for Cedar Creek. We'll try to stand by and Dennis Allman looking our way as well. We're saying, hey, we can't see that number out there.
I think it's 15 or 17 or something like that. It's a teen, I think. Turn around, kid.
Hey, there we go. 13. 13 is going to be Cameron Burns. Cameron Burns. Number 13, Cameron Burns. Now the pitcher for Cedar Creek. Took a while to see that one, Galen. So 13 again, Cameron Burns pitching.
And Figueroa stayed in the game. I think he went and they took somebody out. Who was playing shortstop?
Shortstop was Garrett Bodine for Cedar Creek.
So they may have switched several positions here.
Well, Cameron Burns getting his warm-up pitches on the mound now as Cedar Creek had enough of that.
We may just have to see who these kids are when they come back up to hit again. Well, I tell you what, he's an exaggerated submariner.
You know, it reminds me, you know, my favorite pitcher all time of Georgetown, no offense to any other kids, was always Jack Engelman. That was my favorite pitching style, and Burns out here trying to be a jackaroo himself.
And your favorite movie is Red October, right? Run silent, run deep.
My favorite movie is Forrest Gump, Galen. It really is. I love that movie. I quote every line of that movie.
Hopefully the game doesn't get that boring.
The bases loaded continues here for Georgetown. Jeffrey David now back to bat, and he got hit. No, they're going to say a wild pitch. And sliding in, making the run and scoring is going to be Wyatt Childress now for Georgetown. 1-0 the count here. I thought that he got hit, Galen.
This is a heck of a rally with no hits.
Well, it frees up a baseman at first.
Yeah.
Bases aren't loaded, but Georgetown now with the lead, 3-2. Cedar Creek doing the damage to themselves here in this inning. That pitch looked way too high and inside. They're going to call it a strike. Wow.
Well, that's where the strike zone is today.
Yeah. 1-1 the count. I guess if you can hit it from your shoulders, go for it. Again, another pitch here. Georgetown going to get safe back over to third. That pitch too high, 2-1. It looked like the exact same pitch as the last one, Galen. Again, those guys have a hard job. I would not want to be an umpire.
I did it once in Little League.
That was probably bad enough.
Yeah.
Pitch here is going to be hit foul right near our roof here, and the count now tied 2-2. Jeffrey David.
In fact, it was minor league, Little League. It was little kids.
That's what I'm saying. The younger they are, probably the
parents are
meaner the parents.
Yeah, the kids, you know,
they just want to have fun.
This was back in the years before kids developed. A lot of kids developed attitude, but you know, but the parents had attitude.
Boy, good thing there that Burns didn't throw that one over to second. Nobody would have been there to catch it. That would have been another 2 runs for Georgetown.
The way he spun around, you never know where he let go of the ball, where it would have gone.
Well, Georgetown leading here 3-2. Runners on 2 and 3 for the Eagles.
Ooh, that looked like a perfect pitch there. I'd be screaming and yelling about that one. Here he comes. Here comes the coach out.
Yeah, so they're already going to talk things over here. 3-2, the full count now for Jeff David.
It's a good thing they don't have the major league rule on mound visits that went into effect this year. I'll tell you, we've been here almost as long in 2.5 innings today as we were for 7 innings last year.
They're taking a lot of time. The umpire's walking up here saying, let's go, guys. So about the time he gets up to the mound, they finally break it up. Yeah. And the ump is probably saying, well, I got a little exercise at least.
This wind's not helping his image any. You can see where the wind's blowing his pants, so you can see his shin guards. There, you can notice his shin guards. Either that or he's got strange legs.
I'm not going to talk too loud about that strike zone, Galen. He was looking right up here at us.
I really don't care.
Window's wide open. 3-2 the count here. Payoff pitch upcoming for Jeffrey David off the hand of Cameron Burns. A right-handed sling and hits him.
Well, we've loaded the bases again.
Another hit by pitch. Back-to-back hit by pitches. Bases loaded once again.
4. That's 4. What's the inning UIL record for?
Still no outs here. Top of the third. Cedar Creek really doing the damage to themselves. It'll be the designated hitter now, Logan Drake, 6th in the order. He popped one up to center field at his last at-bat, 0 for 1. Up until that point, Logan was averaging .432 this season. His 39th at-bat now, trying to get his 17th hit, and he could get his 13th and bonus RBIs here if he can get one into left or right, Galen.
He could get one if he got hit by a pitch.
And he almost did. Wow, he had to duck on that one. 1-0 the count here, Logan Drake. You'd think tonight we were watching a wrestling brawl match up here. You know, they throw the chairs, they set and another one inside. Goodness gracious, 2-0 on Logan Drake.
BBE, Baseball Extreme.
I guess here, you know, the wind has definitely got to be playing a part with that, Galen. But they're just not been able to find the rhythm here as Cameron Burns trying to get something going here for his team. Time is going to be called here in just a few moments as they get reset. Again, bases loaded, top of the third. Georgetown leads 3-2.
No outs.
Yeah, and still no outs.
5 base runners without a hit.
Burns looks down, slings this one too far outside, 3-0. Another walk will be another run for Georgetown.
We take them any way we can get them. That's the motto.
3-0 the count here for Logan Drake, the hitting sensation. Pitch on the way. That one across the plate on a fastball. The count now 3-1. So a little bit of hope there for Burns. He needed that, Galen. Three-two pitch, swing and a miss. He should have let that one go, Galen. But again, it was on that side of the plate where he would have called it anyways.
Yeah. Well, he'll come back in now and hit him.
Don't say that, Galen. It's probably going to happen. Logan stands with that right and left foot right up against the line of that batter's box. The left-handed hitter for Georgetown. Kick up, pitch on the way, and almost hit him. And that's a walk and another run scored. He's close to being hit on that. That's going to bring in Cole Moore. Bases continue to be loaded. Now at third base, Ryan Knights, Jeffrey David at 2, and Logan Drake reaching on a walk at first. And Georgetown leading now 4-2.
We're changing the pitchers again.
This one is going to be number 15, I believe. We'll see who takes the mound. I saw a 15 run over there.
We got all kinds of people leaving the. We got all kinds of people leaving the field, and Noah Thompson's going to come up. He'll be
okay. Here we go. Okay. Well, you got 21 running out there over. There's going to be some changes all over the field here. 21 heading out to center field. Number 6 takes the mound for Cedar Creek, and that number 6 will be Trevor Phone. So we'll see the left field get replaced probably with 21. Trevor Phone will move into the pitching position now.
He did. He pitched last night, I believe.
And so he was playing left field again. I saw a 21 run out there out there into the field, Galen. If that's who it is, 21 is going to be Garrett Bodine. We'll see though, because Garrett Bodine he's playing shortstop actually. May have been Benjamin Garrison. We'll wait to see who's. No, Garrison's playing first base. Galen, we just got numbers all over the place.
Too tall, too short.
Yeah, we just got numbers all over the place, so we'll just wait to see what we've got out there. There's definitely been some changes. Again, top of the third inning, Georgetown leading 4-2. 3 of those runs coming here in the third inning, and really the damage is being done solely by Cedar Creek. Georgetown's just been able to take advantage of it, and the bases remain loading. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.
For your Eagles.
Noah Thompson now at bat for Georgetown, 7th in the order. 0 for 1 tonight out of a 1-3 put out in the second. The pitch on the way to Thompson, too far outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, it's a wonder it got called, because how far can you be outside with this strike zone?
Yeah, on that side, on that left side from our vantage point, you could probably throw it across the G and that would be a strike, the way it's been going. But we finally got a little benefit.
Ooh, 2.
Oh, called a strike here. Now a little more consistency, 2-0. So no strike still.
We're on our way to another run without a hit.
Have all the runs today been without a hit?
I believe.
No, besides Jeffrey David. Pitch here, he should have let that one go. He swung at it, and it goes off the fence for a foul ball, 2-1. Yeah, the only run would have been the Jeffrey David hit. That's the only run that came off of a batter that hit. Every other run has been hit by a pitch or a walk.
We need to call a URL and find out if there's a time limit for a 3rd inning.
Yeah, so it's been going. We're getting close to 3 o'clock. Remember, we started. This one is going to pop up into the air. We haven't seen many get up into the air today. This one's going to go foul behind the Cedar Creek Eagle dugout, and the count even at 2-2.
Could there be a first out in this inning?
2-2 delivery.
It had to be, because it was.
Got him on that one. For the first out, finally, Galen, if you can believe it.
I can't.
8th in the order, the left fielder, number 26, normally 25 on the home jersey, Hunter Savarese. He is 1 for 1. Had a hit and then left on 3rd in the second.
Yeah, I can, because it was about a foot outside in the right-handed batter's box.
Pitch too far and low outside. 1 ball, no strikes here for Hunter Savarese.
It was in today's the strike zone de jour.
Ooh, there's that de jour. Pitch on the way. This one hit over to center field. It's going to curve back into the glove of Van Cleric. That should score a run for Georgetown. Base runner is going to advance to the corners. So call that a sac fly out to center field by Hunter Savarese for the second out.
That scored nice, yeah.
So that did score Ryan Nitsch. He will come around and score. David will advance over to 3rd, and now we have runners in the corners. It's going to be Jeffrey David at 3rd and Logan Drake, the designated hitter, at 1. Georgetown scoring another run, now leading 5-2 with 2 outs.
Hey, we still haven't had a hit in the inning.
Bottom of the order, Luke Seaback now at bat, looks for a bunt
That's
here.
Going to be a base hit.
Places this one, and he is going to dive and get there in time, and that's going to err, Galen.
Error
By the by the first baseman. It's an E3. And another run scored for Georgetown. It was Jeffrey David coming around. And now runners on 1 and 2. It's going to be Logan Drake at 2, and Seaback reaches to first on an E3.
And we batted around.
Yeah, we have.
It's time for Copo to break this hitless streak here.
6-2 the score. Pitch on the way. Top of the order. Curves outside. Going to be called a ball for Copo. 1-0.
It was on the beneficial side of the home plate.
We haven't had many bat-arounds this season, Galen, that I can think of. Maybe one game.
This is too early, though, because it messes up the scorecard.
Pitch here, curves outside. The same as the last pitch, but, you know, just the flip of the coin this time. We'll call it a strike, 1-1. Again, runners on 1 and 2 for the Eagles. I'm going to turn down that crowd mic. That wind is getting atrocious. Tip, miss here on a swing, 1-2. So again, runners on 1 and 2 for Georgetown. Top of the 3rd, 2 outs, 1-2 count here for Cole Posey. The Eagles lead 6-2. Right-handed delivery, too far outside. That one got way away, and they count even now at 2-2. Again, there hasn't been a single hit in this inning.
No, there hasn't. 10 batters without a hit, but we've scored 4 runs.
Wow.
I think.
Right-handed delivery. This one going to pop up into the air, and it's going to go foul. I don't think that's going to be catchable, and it's not. Fans getting out of the way, and the young lady there was moving out of the way. She almost walked right into the ball where it was coming down. Good thing good thing it wasn't near her.
Heads up.
Oh, watch out now. 2-2 the count.
Oh, I'm behind. We have 6 runs. I'm sorry. 5 in this inning.
Yep. Twos across the board for Georgetown. The right-handed hitter on the way, Copo. This one up over to right field. It's going to be a base hit and more runs scored for the Eagles. Georgetown's going to score 2 more. Copo is going to stay at 2 as he dives in. And did Georgetown score 2 or 1? I think he only brought in 1. He did. He brought in Logan Drake. So Logan Drake's going to come in. Finally a hit here in this inning. Copo is going to have I thought he was going to have someone come in for him. He'll stay there at second. He just went over and gave Coach Foster his glove. So Seaback will advance to third. Georgetown's going to score another run here. The RBI by Cole Posey. Finally a hit here after 11 batters for Georgetown. The Eagles lead 7-2. Runners on 2 and 3 now for Georgetown. And we move down to Wyatt Childress. Pitch too far outside for Wyatt. 1-0 the early count here for Childress. It's a lot to keep up with, Galen. I'm running this new scoreboard. I'm doing the score sheet.
Why?
It'll keep me going, man. Pitch looked too close. They're going to call it a strike, 1-1. I'm just going to give up on saying that there, Galen.
I think the umpire's getting tired of being here, of this inning.
Appreciate any Cedar Creek fans joining us this afternoon. Always appreciate the fine folks down in Bastrop County. Always good to have you on the broadcast as well. 2-1 the count here. Wyatt Childress.
Some kind of paper they just tried to feel this. The second baseman just tried to feel a piece of paper blowing across there.
Do you call that a P3 out there? Paper first baseman? P3. On the way, this one's going to hit foul right behind us here in the count at 2-2 for Wyatt Childress.
Dos.
Boy, with the wind the way it's whipping, that paper's got lodged in some grass out there. It's not even blowing now. Man. It's trying. It's trying to get some lift.
Look at the Texas flag.
Oh, there it goes, Galen. It's got some lift and on its way. The pitch here, too far outside. We got a full count now at 3-2.
Hey, look at the Texas flag out there. It's doing a heck of a dance right now.
Payoff pitch upcoming here for Trevor Phone.
That wind right now is blowing more than 29 miles an hour. I can tell you that right now.
Right-handed delivery. This one too high, and another walk for Georgetown. That will put Wyatt Childress on 1, and Galen once again. The bases are loaded.
There are ducks on the pond, as Dizzy Dean used to say.
Right, well, after last night and all the rain and hail and everything, well, I would say if there's rain, the ducks would be out, but they don't want to stay out in the hail. They went for cover, so we don't see any ducks out today. Boy, we were at Chili's. It sounded like the roof was coming down, Galen. And you thought that it was, softball size hail the way it sounded. I went outside, it was pea size.
Yeah.
So thank goodness for that, man. Cole Moore now at bat, left-handed hitter for Georgetown. He is 1 for 1. Pitch on the way to Cole, too low, 1-0 the early count. Cole had a hit in the first, was left at first, then out on a 6-4. Had a walk here earlier in the third, eventually able to come around and score.
Yeah, they intentionally walked him earlier.
And that really kind of helped start most of this rally, in my opinion, Galen.
Yeah.
1-0 the count here. Pitch on the way off the right hand. This one too far inside. A wild pitch. Georgetown going to come in and scores in time. So the wild pitch will bring in Luke Seaback for the 8th run. Runners will advance to 2 and 3 now. It's going to be Posey at 3. Childress will move over to 2, and the count at 2-0 for Cole Moore.
You realize this could be one of the ugliest 10-run rule games in history with the fewest hits?
It's just unbelievable. Pitch on the way to Moore. This one he's going to lace right into the glove on a line to the first baseman, and finally the damage is over on a line 3 for the third out. Galen, as we tally these up, Georgetown scoring 7 runs in this inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on. No, 3 left on.
There was 1 error. We gave an error.
I take that back. There was only 2 left on.
Yeah.
There was an error. Yeah, it was on the E3. So 1 error. Let's finish this up. Here we go, Galen. 7 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base. Georgetown, boy, scoring 7 runs. They lead 8-2. We're halfway through 2.5. Bottom of the 3rd upcoming. Galen, we got to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.
Welcome back. Georgetown High School leading off will be Benjamin Garrison here in the bottom of the 3rd for Cedar Creek. Wood, the pitch on the way. This one hit over to the first base side into foul territory across the fence. 0-1 the early count here for Benjamin Garrison to start things off.
This will be interesting to see how Wood fares because he was off the mound for an awful long time during that, what we could call a bizarre inning.
Right-handed pitch on the way, too high, and the count even at 1 apiece. And we're joining over at 25-6A, part of the SHN family over there, Leander at Westlake, and Westlake all over Leander. This one's going to ground over to David, and it out of his reach, and can he get there in time? Did he?
Yes.
He did get there in time, so that could have been an E out there if he wouldn't have been able to get to that, and instead he turns it into a 5-3. Great job for the first out.
Our infielders have a pretty quick recovery, especially David down at 3rd base. When there is a bobble like that, he's shown that before.
Garrett Bodine, the shortstop, now at bat, hits this one up over Cole Posey with the grab with the left hand. What a play by Copo. For the 2nd out, lines it right into the shortstop. Boy, Cole Posey, quick hands there, doing his job as the shortstop. Beautiful play by Copo. Things getting a little too quick now. That's 2 up, 2 down in less than a minute, Galen. Hunter Houston, pitch on the way to him. This one's going to go over to Goodnight, and chasing it, got it on the right glove. Boy, 3 up, 3 down quickly. Just 5 pitches underway in that inning. And a little fly out there to center field. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on.
That's unusual in this game.
We haven't seen any O's down the board yet. We'll take a quick break, folks. Top of the 4th inning upcoming. We'll be right back. SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.
Back to Georgetown High School. Rob Hipp alongside Galen Wellnicki. Georgetown leads here 8-2 as we move to the top of the 4th inning. David England joining us also, sending a message earlier, listening in from Georgetown Fire Department Truck 1, saying cool looking scoreboard, love it, so professional. Thank you, David. Always appreciate all your fine work. We know that you had to work today, but thanks for joining us. As always, over in the NBA, as many thought, the San Antonio Spurs getting it handed to them right now in Game 1 of the playoffs. That score moments ago was, I think I saw 57-37. So San Antonio in a world of hurt without Kawhi Leonard. But still, you know, we talked about it. A lot of Spurs fans complaining, yet your team has made the playoffs 21 years in a row. That's unheard of. There's nothing to complain about, man.
No, you're going to have a bad year every once in a while. They're just spoiled children.
I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm also realistic.
Yeah,
thankful.
I covered the Spurs at one time.
Trevor Phone, I believe, still on the mound here, and leading off will be Ryan Neitch here in the top of the 4th, and he almost got hit by a pitch, 1-0.
Of course, back when I was covering, when I was a road man covering the Spurs, there were guys named Silas and Gervin and Gilmore. You know, it wasn't George Carl.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss on this one, 1-1.
And probably one of the more underrated players ever in the NBA, Larry Keenan, because he played behind Gervin and Dr. J in 2 stops.
Again, Leander making use of the new scoreboard as well on the SHN network. They trail, though, 12-0 in Westlake. Bottom of the 2nd there, 2 outs.
In other words, they're not making very good use of this.
No.
The practical use of it.
2-1 the count here on Ryan Goodnight. And the pitch on the way. Called a ball here, 3-1 the count.
I'm getting confused like you did earlier about, you know, who's batting and what part of the inning.
Kick up, the left-handed delivery. Cross the plate for a strike, 3-2, payoff pitch upcoming.
I say the odds are against us scoring 7 runs this inning without with only 1 hit.
This one going to be hit over to the shortstop, and he's trying to field it. And on the 6-3, didn't get there quick enough, and that's going to be an E6. Did they get him out? Actually, they did get him out, Galen.
No,
they didn't.
Nope.
The runner is safe. So, say reached on an E6 there.
And we got a man up that's been up twice and been on base twice. Single and a hit by bat pitch.
That would be Jeffrey David.
Ooh, a throw over to first.
Ooh, throw to first.
Got to dream up some excitement in this game here somewhere.
Galen, I'm going to get a soundboard of you saying the ooh, and then we're going to have it on here. So that'll be our new sound that we play once in a while.
That's fine with me. Got to be remembered for something.
1-0 count here, Jeffrey David. Base runner on 1 for Georgetown. Again, no outs here in the top of the 4th. The Eagles lead of Georgetown 8-2. Got to say which one, because you got Eagles of Georgetown and Eagles of Cedar Creek. The battle of the bird continues. Runner takes off, and he may have to go back. That's going to be fielded at center field, and the base runner will head back over. So a line there to center field, Jeffrey David. And that'll be the first out. Designated hitter Logan Drake now up to bat for the Georgetown Eagles. Logan is 0 for 1. Had a pop up to center field in the 2nd, reached on a walk, came around and scored in the 3rd. And Ryan Goodnight out there at first base, leading off by about 8 feet. On the mound, Trevor Phone trying to pick him on a 1-3 as he throws it back over to Benjamin Garrison. A base runner Knight safe at first. I've got a wedding to go to in Dripping Springs. Starts at 5:30, and I told Bridget I'm probably not going to be there at 5:30. Yeah, if you can't make it to the ceremony, at least make it to the reception. That's where the food is. Pitch here, too low and out. A wild pitch is going to advance.
I think that's a pass ball on the catcher on that one. It popped out of his glove.
Oh, he had it there? Okay, yeah. Well, he reached on a pass ball then. It's going to be Ryan Knight on a little peanut butter PB. lead. PB is lead in the periodic table, so you can say he reached on some lead.
Yes.
PB. No one will ever say that again, Galen.
I tell you, those second basemen and shortstop are getting plenty of exercise running over the second base during this game.
2-0 count here for Logan Drake.
Logan needs to get him a base wrap here and get out of this kind of little doldrum hitting doldrum he's in right now.
Right-handed pitch on the way. This one way too high, and the count 3-0. Well, some of these kids, you know, they probably said, we don't want to be interviewed as player of the game, so we'll just purposely. No, I know they don't do that. (8-2) lead here for the Georgetown Eagles. 1 out, 3-0 count. This one's too low, and Logan Drake will reach on a walk. That is his second time that he has reached on a walk here in this game. The last one came in a previous inning when we batted around. So now runners on 1 and 2 for Georgetown.
Ross is hitting for Noah Thompson.
Jared Ross, number 10, for Noah Thompson. Runners on 1 and 2 for the Eagles. Pitch on the way to Ross, too high, 1-0. I like having this here too, Galen, so we can actually kind of see quickly what's going on as well. Talking to Galen about the scoreboard in front of us, we've got a bigger image that we send over to our video feed. 1-0 delivery, clips the corner as it goes low, but just in time. 1-1 even count for Jared Ross. One pitch goes foul way off the first base side. 1-2. Galen and I both yawning. We're passing it on.
It's Nathan's turn.
We're yawning and Nathan's coughing, so everybody's getting, everybody's getting their own things going up here. I guess I'll have to start sneezing here in a minute and even things out. Cough or a yawner and a sneezer. Sounds like the Three Stooges.
I'll tell you what, I had a really entertaining drive home last night after that storm last night. The lightning for most of the trip home was exciting.
Wow.
Didn't rain much on the way home, but it was
2-2 delivery. This one's going to hit over right field. A base hit. Georgetown's going to come around and score. Rounding the bases will be.
Oh, and they misplayed the ball in the infield again.
Cole Posey will come around and score for Georgetown. Give the RBI to Jared Ross.
I think Ryan Nice scored.
It was Ryan Nitch. I was going back up here to the third. Well, messed up that score sheet. Oh, well. It was Ryan Nitch. Thank you, Galen. I was looking back here. So Ryan Nitch going to come around and score for Georgetown. That will advance Logan Drake over to 3. And on the double, Jared Ross. And the RBI for Ross. Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Hunter Savarese. First pitch to him, a swing and a miss.
We haven't had a lot of swings and misses in this game because usually it's either a bad call on a strike or a hit batsman or a ball way outside.
Runner on 3, Logan Drake. On 2, Jared Ross. Hunter Savarese at bat now on an 0-1 count. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Georgetown with a 7-run lead, and now Hunter Houston will walk up and talk things over with Trevor Foam.
I think we need to get 3 more runs. I'm back on the 10-run rule bandwagon right now.
Hey, Matt's bringing up a pretty neat stat here. See, Matt's got that computational brain that just starts going off. We'll talk about that in a minute. Matt Leishman listening in from Arizona. We'll talk about it in a minute. Thanks, Matt, for that update. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. So here's the stat. Matt says, with a win today, Georgetown will have won 44 of 47 district games That's .936 winning percentage since SHN started broadcasting.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
You know, you could win an election with a campaign like that.
Swing and a miss here, just out of the reach of Hunter Savarese. Strike him swinging for the second out. We'll move down to the bottom of the order. The second baseman, number 8, Luke Seaback.
No, we got a 19.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Luke.
Whittenden's pinch hitting.
So it is a pinch hitter here again for Georgetown. Zachary Whittington, the junior. Whittington. First pitch on the way to Zach's going to be a strike, and the count 0-1. Pitch on the way to Whittington. Too far outside, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Phone on the mound, that one too far outside for 1-9 to swing at it, 2-1.
I'll tell you what, if he has any patience, he's like he could probably work this for a walk. Unless the pitcher starts pitching inside again.
That one tipped the bat. Still got into the catcher's glove, 2-2.
I like those blue shoes the pitcher's wearing.
So if that was a third pitch and it tipped and got in his glove, he could take off to first, right?
No.
He can't?
Has to be. A third strike, tip into the glove is a strikeout.
Oh, okay. Makes sense because it's a catch off the back. Off the right side there, that ball goes out into foul territory. The count's still at 2-2.
Okay, somebody's getting a little exercise out of the dugout there on the Cedar Creek side, chasing those balls.
Right-handed pitch grounds over to the third baseman, and the umpire, though, says, wait a minute, what happened here? They're going to let him come in and score. So what happened, Galen? What happened? Drake's going to come in and score on that, but I'm not sure why they let him do it.
Balk, probably.
Well, Ross will advance over to third.
Dennis, what was the call?
He balked. Yeah, I did balk on it.
That's what I thought.
Pitch on the way here. Going to hit foul over off the right side. Whittington in a 2-2 still right now. Georgetown leads 10-2. Well, Galen, you get 2 more, and your favorite thing happens.
I get an ice cream sundae?
You get a Tootsie Pop.
Oh.
Right-hand delivery way too far outside.
We almost got one of them there. A couple more inches. And
yeah, that thing was way out. Yeah, one more, that would have been it. If
we'd have had another run in.
So here we go. Zach Whittington on a payoff pitch. Grounds this one over to the shortstop. Got into his glove, trying to get the 5-3, and he does.
6-3.
Or 6-3 for, thank you, Galen, for the third out.
4 out number 3, but for your Eagles, they come up with a couple of runs, all in 1 hit. There was 1 error. They lead 1.
So 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, or actually
1 error.
1 error. Yeah, there was an E6, you're right.
To start the inning.
Then we leave 2 on?
No, because 2 scored.
That's right, I just didn't clear them off my scoreboard. So again, 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. Georgetown leads 10-2 as we are through 3.5, bottom of the 4th inning upcoming. We'll keep things right here, Galen. I'll let you go over who's leading off for Cedar Creek.
For Cedar Creek, we got Mr. Ashton Figueroa, Mr. Osoria, and Mr. Gonzalez. The only problem being here is that they've made so many changes, we don't know who's in the game defensively and who might be batting. You know, the original starters can all bat because and Ashton Figueroa is on deck. Osoria is in the on-deck circle. So at least the first 2 batters, we don't know what positions they might be playing, but they're...
Jared Pierce family, or Jared Pierce shouting out his family from grandparents down in Concan, Texas, saying love this scoreboard and a big thanks for all y'all do. Again, we sincerely appreciate all the families that are listening in. It's our true joy, honor, privilege, and blessing to be able to bring you Georgetown Eagle baseball here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. If you have a shout out, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text message to 512-522-9105. Again, that phone number is 512-522-9105. Send us a text message. We'll be more than happy to give you a shout out over there. Let us know how we're sounding.
We have changed pitchers for Georgetown.
It's no longer Grant Wood. Is that 1-9 out there, Galen?
No. Turn around, please, sir.
Because if it's 1-9, it's Zachary Whittington. It looks like 1-9. Is that Zach out there pitching? I want to check with.
I imagine they're been trying to get some work for Ryan Courtney.
No,
and
yeah, it is. No, it's 1-8.
Well,
So it is
Ryan
Ryan Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah, Ryan Courtney.
Adam mentioned before the game that he wanted to get Courtney into a game and get some.
Eagles, number 18, Ryan Courtney. And to the plate for Cedar Creek.
Ryan Courtney, a junior right-handed pitcher for the Georgetown Eagles, and leading off is Galen said moments ago, the second baseman, number 16, Ashton Figueroa. Right-handed pitch of Courtney, going to be a ball 1-0. They called that a strike?
Yes.
Wow.
I thought at first he called it hit him because it looked like it was right in his shirt sleeve.
Hey, but it went to that inside, Galen. You know where the zone is tonight. 1-1 the count here. The next one called a ball, which makes, no sense, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I tell you what, there is something forcing the air up out there in center field because that flag keeps going up higher.
Now he hits him in the back. He's going to reach on a walk. Or a hit by pitch, beg your pardon. Not the way Courtney wanted to start things out here. That will put a runner on first base. Again, we're going to turn down that crowd mic tonight. Boy, it is just so windy out there. We move into the order now. The designated hitter, number 7, Brandon Osoria.
He's walked, too. We got a lot of people out that in this game that have got on without having to do much other than watch the pitcher.
Ryan Courtney lets this one zing, but it's up too high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Courtney hasn't pitched for quite a while. I don't remember him pitching in a district game, do you?
No, not at all. I know I've missed a couple of – I only missed 1 game or 2. I can't remember.
I think 1.
I think I just missed 1. 1-0 delivery. Too low. 2-0. I'm going to miss well, I'm not going to miss. I'm going to miss being off because during the bye week, I'm going to go call a couple of games for Rouse and Coach Crimpine and their kids over there at Rouse during the Georgetown bye week. Get to join Michael Francis. Appreciate Rouse being part of the SHN family this year. 2-0 delivery on the way. This one's going to ground over the third baseman, going to make his way on a 6-3 for the 6-3 putout for the first out.
5-3.
I keep saying that. 5-3. Thank you, Galen. 5-3 putout. Third baseman, number 15, Gabriel Gonzalez. 0 for 1 tonight. Out on a 1-3 in the second.
I'm just trying to get those things correct for the people who might be scoring at home. I don't know if anybody scores baseball games from home anymore.
This one got a hit into the glove of the second baseman, and he will go on a 4-3.
In my generation, my parents' generation, people used to listen to the games on the radio, and they'd actually keep a scorebook or a score sheet at home on the games.
Well, probably if they're listening to me, they can't follow me, so they probably don't do it. I'm just kidding.
Either out of the trash cans filled up with the ones they've wadded up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So who is this guy trying to call baseball? Runners on third base, forgot to mention that, is Ashton Figueroa. He's on third now. Right-handed delivery from Courtney. This is going to ground over, and this will be a 5-3. David Colmore for the third out. So a 5-3 ground out. Retired the last 3 in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, but 1 left on base. We move to the top of the 5th inning. Georgetown leads 10-2, Galen. Well, if Georgetown gets 2 runs here, right?
Yeah, but we've got to then play the bottom of the 5th.
We'll keep things right here. Well, so far, really, Georgetown, and not to discredit the Georgetown Eagles, Galen, but it hasn't been a really productive day for Georgetown. It's another one of those games where the errors of Cedar Creek have given Georgetown this tremendous lead. You're talking about a Georgetown team that only has, in this ball game, Galen, 5 hits, which I guess isn't bad.
Ooh, we're doing a dugout dance down there.
I don't know. Your thoughts on this one so far, Galen? I'm kind of in a mixed emotion right now.
Yeah, it's a hard game to evaluate because they're doing so many things to kill themselves at Cedar Creek. You know, the hit batsmen, the walks, a couple of errors.
One peanut.
You know, they're sloppy. They're just sloppy and just there in warm-ups for the inning.
One peanut butter, pass ball, lead.
You know, they're dancing down, doing the dugout dance down in the dugout, but nobody can see Nathan doing it up here.
Yeah, no, Nathan's the one doing it up. Nathan's doing it. Yeah, we need to turn the camera to Nate. Somehow I say somehow, it just seems like things moving along pretty
Nathan's trying to
staggering here.
Nathan's trying to work off that $87 lunch you bought him last night.
Yeah, oh! Copo hitting the helmet. He's going to reach to first, and thank goodness you wear the helmet. That's why. Another hit by the pitch here in the top of the 5th.
That's the 3rd time he's been hit. He now has a hat trick, so to speak.
Goodness gracious. Cole Posey, you brought that up, and I was about to mention it. 3 times he has been at bat. Well, 4 times. And every time except one, he has been hit by a pitch. That young man is going to have to go sit in an ice tub tonight.
I think even with the helmets, eventually there's going to come down a ruling with the concussion protocol that if the player is going to have to, after they get hit in the head, even with a helmet on, they're going to have to be examined.
Well, strike called here on Wyatt Childress, one of those on that left corner again. They're not going to give any leeway on that part of the strike zone tonight. 0-1 the count here for Wyatt Childress. Again, Copo at 1 after getting hit by a pitch for the 3rd time tonight. Pitch on the way, too far outside. 1-1 even count.
The ear hole on the batter's helmet is not a target. Although we've seen it several times, seem to be a target this season.
Well, at least a ball, would hit the plastic. Now, if you were throwing a dart, it would go through that. Well, that would not be good. So good thing we're not throwing darts out here wearing those helmets.
Dart ball.
Trying to pick on a 1-3. Cole Posey's safe at first.
We played when I was in elementary school, we played a game called basket baseball. It was a strange game.
1-1, no outs. Pitch on the way. Curves back inside for a strike, 1-2.
Instead of getting the person out, you had to come and make a basket. After you fielded the ball, you had to come and make a basket with the ball.
Galen, you're basically copying the movie Basketball.
Well, this was way before
I know. You guys probably invented the movie, didn't know it. You need the royalty rights. What's going on, man? It's like Forrest Gump. We was sitting next to a millionaire. Pitch to the outside, 2-2.
You did get your Forrest Gump quote in.
Oh, yeah. That's where that guy gets up and he goes, for a minute there, I thought we were sitting next to a millionaire. Well, you were, fictionally. 2-2 the count, no outs. Georgetown leads 10-2 here in the top of the 5th. Base runner on 1 is Cole Posey, again trying to pick him on a 1-3 as Ron goes over to Garrison.
That's cruel treatment. He gets hit in the head and then you're making him dive back to first base. That's a.
I guess they're saying, well, we missed you on one hit by pitch, so let's try to hit on base by pass.
He's been on base 4 times today. He's got that double in there mixed in there.
Pitch on the way here.
And it's a wild pitch.
Going to be a wild pitch, and Cole Posey will advance to second on the wild pitch. Well, let's think about that, though, Galen. If he did, let's say he was leading off there at first and the ball got thrown and it did hit him in the head, would that be an out because the ball touches him when he's off base?
No.
So
they have to make a tag on it. There has to be a player involved in it.
So you can't just throw the ball.
Now, if he was running the baseline and he got hit by a batted ball, he'd be out.
It's one of those rare plays where you're just like, give me a break.
You can get a break out. Yeah. Leg, arm, shoulder.
3-2 payoff on the way. Tipped off the end of the bat into the net. The count remains 3-2 here for Wyatt Childress.
The goal right now is to delay the game, make the game as long as you can. That's the.
Wyatt,
I'm just kidding.
You can't. A hit by pitch is nothing, right? So he hasn't even really had an at bat.
You go get hit by a pitch and tell me it's nothing.
Well, on a score sheet. So he's 0 for 0, basically. Is that right?
Yes.
You only count an error as an at bat, and what else? That's it.
Yeah.
And an actual at bat. This one going to hit over to the third baseman and trying to get him out on a fielder's choice, and he does at first, but that's still going to advance Cole Posey over to third. Would you call that a fielder's choice?
No.
Why not?
It's just a 5-3.
Why not?
Because I guess you could, but it doesn't amount to anything. They got the out. Fielder's choice is used to describe how somebody reaches base. And he did not.
One out here, though. Base runner on third now for Georgetown is Cole Posey. Pitch on the way. This one to... That's not Cole Moore. That's number 22. Who is that? It's not Cole Moore out there for Georgetown. Number 22 is Wesley Dixon. Pitch on the way to Dixon. Clipped to corner again. 0-2 the count here on Wesley Dixon.
Everybody going to play today.
2-2 delivery. Hit off the end of the bat. Into the net. The count still remains 0-2. Delivery.
1-2 now.
Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, this is really good for these guys that don't get to bat a lot.
Yeah, getting some valuable playing time here on a windy day. Pitch on the way, too high, upstairs. 2-2, the count.
Deuces are wild out there, except on the count, not quite on the number of outs.
Not on the card table. 2-2.
Ooh, he almost brought his arm up on that one.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. It's kind of the flip of the coin, honestly, Galen. 3-2, full count now. Payoff pitch upcoming for Trevor Fohn. Trevor on the mound with that right foot right in the center of the rubber. Kicks up the right-handed pitch. Tip foul off into the pole. And the count remains full at 3-2.
Wesley hanging tough out there.
Three-two pitch. Too far outside. Walked him.
And a wild pitch.
Yeah, and a wild pitch is going to allow Copo to come in and score. Well, Galen, one away. 11-2 the score now as Cole Posey comes in for the score. Base runner on first after the wild pitch is going to be Wesley Dixon, also the walk. And still only 1 out here, Galen. Top of the 5th inning.
If we get this guy around, they're saying now, if we get this guy around, no, I'm not going to say that. I tell you what's funny is that this is something you see only in Texas. There's a guy down there in Bermuda shorts talking to a girl that looks like she's dressed to be in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
That's a good observation. You're right. And then the guy in the middle down there, he's just kind of like.
He's got a sweatshirt on. And
he's got the hoodie.
Yeah.
More of a casual winner. Then you got the Minneapolis winner, and then you got
the girl down there with shorts on. Another girl down there with shorts on.
This is only in Texas where you get that, you know.
Yeah, but I noticed that earlier. I was going to comment about that, but then she strolled away. But you got the Minneapolis St. Paul look, and then you've got the.
It's 4 different seasons down there, Galen, of dress.
We got another wild pitch.
Yeah, another wild pitch here is going to allow Wesley Dixon to reach to 2 now.
He's one hit away from having the. And then all we have to do is get him out in the bottom of the 5th.
The count 1-0 for, is that Ryan Neitch?
Yes, it is.
No one changed out for Ryan.
No.
Right-handed pitch on the way. This
Ooh.
one hit up over
this
to
is
right field, and is it going down? It is over for a home run. Ryan Neitch out of the park at 385 in the right power alley. Ryan Neitch. That's going to bring around Wesley Dixon for the score, and Ryan Neitch will come around with a home run double, and Georgetown now 13-2 the score.
Well, see, all the other guys that play position have hit. So, now pretty much everybody's going to have to hit for themselves.
2 RBIs for Neitch on that one because he gives one to himself and one for the other. And, boy, Ryan Neitch doing some damage here for Georgetown. And as we look at that, at that point, the home run efficiency for Georgetown was one every, we'll round it up to 65 trips to the plate. Ryan Neitch now scoring his 29th run of the season. And what a big hit there by Good Neitch. Wow. Jeffrey David, the third baseman.
There goes the 2 guys out trying to go find the ball.
Well, good luck. They're going to have a while.
They have to have you have to go in numbers out there behind out to the wilds behind this fence.
2-0 the count here for Jeffrey David. 1 for 2 this afternoon. He pops this one up into the air, and it's not going to be catchable in time. It sails right in front of the Cedar Creek dugout, trying to make a run on it. The first baseman, Benjamin Garrison, in foul territory, and just couldn't get there in enough time. 2-1 the count.
Jeffrey David, when he threw the bat down, almost tripped over it, going down to first base. Well, big guy, you're gonna have trouble picking a player of the game.
I appreciate that reference to my weight there, Galen. Calling me big guy.
You're the boss. I'm referring to you as the boss.
2-1 delivery, too far inside.
The major domo.
I don't know. I think
I said domo, not dumbo.
I think it's right now. You say Ryan Neitch with the homer. He scored 3 runs, hit by a pitch on an error, and then that. So after all that, he's only 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way here is going to be called a ball moments ago, 3-1. Grounds this one and goes off of him. Foul 3-2. No, I know what you meant, Galen. That's motivation for me to lay off the Whataburger. Man. And Nathan and I drank, about 2 gallons of that mango tea last night at Chili's. We said just bring us the pitcher because we didn't want to keep bugging her. I think we went through, Nathan, like 4 or 5 glasses of that stuff?
Yeah, 2 pitchers.
Yeah, 2 pitchers. Don't remind me. Goodness gracious. We need to watch it, Nathan. Nathan says it's good. So is a bag of Doritos, but, man, I don't eat the whole bag. Whoa, this one hit almost into the dugout. Coach Foster looks back at his team to make sure they're safe.
He's counting bodies, right?
Yeah, that's a powerful hit, and Georgetown dugout going to run out there and grab that ball. That was Jared Ross grabbing it. So the left fielder for Cedar Creek didn't have to run out there. The count remains full at 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming here for Trevor Fohn.
I think they almost pulled the Round Rock Express.
1 out here, 3-2-1 on the board. Right-handed pitch, that one too low, and a walked another one. Jeffrey David will reach on a walk. That'll put 1 back on the base for the Eagles. Galen over here counting, as you can hear. Galen, you've got the mathematical brain going right now. Logan Drake, the designated hitter, now at bat for Georgetown, and he is only 0 for 1 tonight.
Okay, guess how many? Georgetown sent 32. This is the 33rd batter coming to the plate right now.
Pitch on the way, hit foul.
Of the previous 32, how many have reached first base? Or reached base?
I would say 20.
22.
22 out of how many?
32.
Well, that's unbelievable.
Some of them have been retired on the base.
Well, I mean, I've been working a long time. I'm still a young man. I'm far from being retired. Galen, you're retired, semi-retired.
Semi-retired, and I guarantee anybody that can keep busy, please stay busy. Please stay busy. Try to be active.
Public service announcement, Galen.
Yes.
I'm going to record you saying. We'll put that as a PSA on the SHN on the whole network. Pitch on the way here. It's going to go over top of the Georgetown Eagle dugout to count 0-2. But, you know, I think it's cool that you mentioned that. It's some good wisdom, Galen, that I've heard from a lot of folks over the years.
And I think, too, that you stay mentally alert. Read, go to concerts. Go to movies, plays.
I thought you were about to say watch the news. Definitely don't do that.
No.
Oh man!
You'd build a bomb shelter in your backyard and never come out these days.
Don't watch the news these days. 0-2 delivery, and that one almost hit Drake, and it did. And they're going to say it hit him. So another hit by pitch. That'll move David over to second. Logan Drake will be at first now on another hit by the pitch. I wonder how many of those 22 out of 32 were hit by pitch. What, 18 of them? Galen's got to count big time over here.
7 of the 33 batters who have come to the plate for Georgetown have been hit by a pitch.
Christy listening in, I'll send you the message she sent. Is this Jared Ross? It is. And Jared Ross, what's the count on Jared Ross? Is that a swing and a miss, 0-1? Because it's definitely not.
They got 2-2 on the board.
Yeah, that's not. There hasn't been 4 pitches to him yet. I think it's 0-1 is the count. Next pitch on the way. This one's going to hit foul. 0-2 the count now on Jared Ross.
What did Christy say? I haven't said anything bad about Adam today.
She said, now I'm beginning to think I'm a curse on the team. Maybe I should continue to watch from afar. I don't think Christy did. Today it's just been Cedar Creek just doing damage to themselves. This one hit way over off the first base side, and the count remains 0-2.
Well, you know, their routine, you know, they were supposed to play at home, and they had to get on a bus and travel, what is it, about 50 miles to come up here to.
Yeah. Quick time call. Now the pitch on the way. This one's going to ground over.
It's going to be a base hit.
Trying to get on. Can he get there in time? No.
Base hit. Load the bases.
It is a base hit for Georgetown. Jared Ross. Logan Drake moves over to 2. David over to 3. And the bases are once again loaded. 2 outs here for the Georgetown Eagles. Is it 2 outs?
1 out.
Should be 1 out, yeah. There's still only 1 out here. And the bases are loaded for Georgetown yet again. Hunter Savarese, the left fielder, now back at bat. Hunter is 1 for 3. Pitch on the way to Hunter. Grounds this one over in between the gap, and he
a base hit.
Is going to be a base hit. That would have been a hard one to grab, so a base hit for Hunter. And Georgetown will score another run. That's going to be Jeffrey David coming in to score. Logan Drake moves to 3, Jared Ross to 2, and Hunter Savarese after that hit at 1. And Georgetown puts another one on the board, 14-2 now the score here with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning.
And Whittington's hitting again.
2 out far for Zach Whittington. The count 1-0.
You know, it's really good, too, in this sense that some of these guys that don't usually get to hit are getting to hit twice in this game.
Getting to hit a lot. Yeah, we're about to round it again here, Galen. Pitch on the way. Too far out, 2-0.
Well, right now they're going to have a heck of a rally in the bottom of the 5th to keep us from winning on the 10-run rule.
2-0, 2 outs here. Georgetown leads 14-2. 1 out, actually. And pulls back here. Did they get him? No, it's a ball, 3-0. Thought they called a strike.
I did.
No, it is 2-1. It is 2-1.
Come on up. Call them both ways. As I hear them say all the time at basketball games. A game that is officiated in the stands by the heart, not the criteria of the rules.
2-1 the count. Pitch on the way. This one over to right field, and it is a base hit right beyond the line. Georgetown going to bring 2 more home.
This might be if he had any speed.
We'll see if it's in the park home run. No, it's not. That's going to bring 2 more around, though, if I'm not mistaken. Logan Drake's going to come in and score. Jared Ross going to come in to score. And Georgetown extends it now to 16-2. Hunter Savarese will be at 3. And Zach Whittington, after that hit, will be at 2 on the double.
Zach Whittington now has been up, got 12 at bats, and he's got 3 hits now. He's raised his batting average this game from 200 to 250.
He's 1 for 4 here tonight.
No, because
oh, that's right. Yeah, because Seaback was the first one.
First two, yeah.
Well, Galen, we bat around again. Top of the order, Cole Posey. Hit by a pitch, wild pitch, and came around and scored earlier in this inning. Pitch on the way. Almost got hit there, but it curves back at the last moment for a strike, 0-1.
That's today's standard strike. That was a picture-perfect example of today's called strike.
Pitch here too far outside, and the count even at 1-1.
Oh, that Texas flag's taking a beating. I feel really sorry for it.
It's turned into a windsock. You got to be careful there. We may have some airplanes thinking there's a runway over here. It's an aviation windsock is what it's turned into, the new Texas edition. There's the flag out there tilting up again.
Ooh, another wild pitch.
Another wild pitch.
This may be a pass ball. It got off the glove. I'm not going to.
Yeah, we'll do is a peanut butter. Savarese will come in and score on the peanut butter. And base runner will advance over to third.
What time is it?
Will be Whittington.
What time is it?
3:51.
Yeah, we've now played 6 minutes longer than we did playing a 7-inning game last night, and we're just in the 5th inning.
2-1 count here for Copo. Base runner only on 3 now for Georgetown is Whittington. And the pitch on the way. This one going to be another base hit, another RBI, another run scored for Georgetown. As Whittington will come around and score, give Copo the hit and the RBI, and Georgetown continues to put the damage on here in this ball game. 18-2 now. Is that right, Galen?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this inning.
Yeah. Yep. So it is 18-2 now, the score.
We're going to change pitchers again.
And this is a point, you know, Coach Foster is not going to intentionally run the score up here, but just Georgetown is getting some valuable playing time.
You can't tell them. You can't tell them not to do their best.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the game, and you've got some kids out here that need valuable playing time, and they're getting that playing time here this afternoon, Galen.
About the only thing you can tell your players to do is, if they're your regular players, you can tell them to just go up there and take the pitches and not. You can tell them to go up there and not swing.
Yep.
Is that on the camera, right?
That's not, no.
That would be real snotty if it was.
It's 18-2 is the score here. Georgetown leading, a new pitcher out there on the mound and trying to get his number for Cedar Creek, Galen.
He was in the game. He was somebody that was in the game, I believe. Maybe Osorio. It's number 15, I think.
And you're going to see number 3 run out onto the field out here.
15 is Gabriel Gonzalez.
3 is to the left field now for Cedar Creek. That is going to be J.J. Gonzalez moves over to left field.
You know, the only player we haven't seen in this game so far is Siosin.
Who'd you say was pitching again? For
Gabriel Gonzalez, number 15.
Gonzalez is pitching, 15?
Yep.
So then I wonder who moved out to third. Third base.
It's Skinny.
It's going to be number 6. So 6 moves out to third base for Cedar Creek, and that's going to be Trevor Fohn.
You look at the score right now, and you think we're getting ready to play Conway. That's kind of a cruelty joke, I think.
Who was that again? Pitching, Galen?
Gabriel Gonzalez.
What number is he?
15, I believe.
Wyatt Childers back up to bat here.
Ooh.
High pitch here, and it's going to be a ball 1-0.
Next home game is Saturday, and it'll be faculty night, I believe, for us. I'm not sure. Not faculty night, senior night.
Next pitch, and that hit him. Hit by pitch.
That's the 8th.
So runners now on 1 and 2. Posey will move over to 2. Childers reaches here. His second hit by pitch. He'll be at first base. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Georgetown leads 18-2.
There's not going to be enough room in the ice bath for everybody. Siosen's now in the game. He's running.
Now courtesy running at first base, number 12, Jackson Yosen.
So Jackson Siosen at first for Wyatt Childress. Kick up the pitch here on the way too far outside for Wesley Dixon, 1-0 the count. Do want to welcome in Cedar Creek fans. We always appreciate the fine folks down in Bastrop, Texas and Cedar Creek. Always very hospitable. We appreciate Coach Joshua Thomas and everything that the folks at Cedar Creek do for us. I know this year we won't be able to go down there to broadcast a game, but again, in the years past, we have appreciated the generous support of Cedar Creek. So I did want to welcome in the fans from Cedar Creek listening in this afternoon. The pitch on the way here, too high, and the count at 2-1.
It's always good when you provide a platform on a day like today, or for people who can't go to a game, that we're providing a platform for people from both schools, really. And that's a very valuable service.
2-1 delivery. This one, boy, grazed the top of the helmet there. That could have been a hit by pitch. They decided not to. 3-1 the count. Three-one pitch. This one's going to be hit over. A base hit to the left power alley, and that's going to bring in another Georgetown run. As Cole Posey will come in and score a run for Georgetown. Moving over to second will be Jackson Siosen. And at first, after the hit there, Wesley Dixon.
That's the fourth time Posey scored.
That brings up center fielder Ryan Knight.
Ryan Knight, who tatered the last time up.
Runners on 1 and 2 for Georgetown. The Eagles lead 19-2.
That was a slow, what you'd call a very slow curveball.
Strike called there. 0-1 the count.
Outside.
Outside, 1-1. Gonzalez looks over, kicks up, right-hand delivery. That's too far inside, and the count 2-1.
It's not been often you've been able to say something was too far inside to a right-handed batter today.
Yeah. Is that 18 or 19, Galen, on the run list? Because the score is showing 18 up there. It may be 18. Next pitch is a strike, 2-2.
I've got 9 runs scoring in this inning.
But how many total in the entire game? That's what I'm getting
I got
at.
19 runs.
And 9 in this inning. Yeah, that's right. This one hit over to left field. It's going to be a base hit.
Load the bases.
And the bases are loaded. So another hit here. This time Ryan Knight over to left field. It's going to move Siosen to third. Wesley Dixon will be at 2. And Knight at 1. So the bases are loaded.
How many runs do you have? I have 19.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is here. Pitch on the way. This one going to be hit over to left field, going deep down, chasing it, and finally, no, not able to make the grab. And that's going to be another 1 run scored for Georgetown as Jackson Siosen will come in to score. David will be credited there with another hit for Georgetown. Base runners on 1, 2, and 3. Dixon at 3, Knight at 2, and David at 1. And the score now 20-2.
Dennis, we both have 20 over here. 20? Yeah, okay.
So it is 20 runs on the board. Pitch on the way. Too close inside on Logan Drake. Is Logan batting for the 3rd time this inning? No, this is his 2nd.
We'd have more runs than 20.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute. Want to know the count here on Logan Drake.
He scored 3 times, twice, I guess.
Pitch here. Too high, 2-0. Well, a tough day for Cedar Creek. Again, you got to feel for these kids when they get down in this deep of a rut. And again, Georgetown is just working through a lot of players here, getting some valuable playing time. This pitch is going to be called a strike, 2-1. Pitch on the way. Curves back for a strike. 2-2.
We're at 31 of 41 batters have reached base. No.
Well, remember, Cedar Creek still got an at-bat here.
Yeah.
Pitch up. This one going to be hit over
dangerous.
to right center field in the power alley, and it is caught for an out. Sacrifice fly, though, is going to bring in another run for Georgetown. That will be Wesley Dixon coming in to score. Ryan Neitch will head over to third. And we've now got runners in the corners. David at 1, Neitch at 3. Logan Drake on a sac fly out to right field for the second out of this inning.
Ross is batting for the third time in the game. Usually a pinch hitter does not get
Pitch on the way here to Jared Ross is going to be called a ball. 1-0 the early count, Jared Ross. Again, runners on the corners for Georgetown. This one hit foul off the bat, and the count at 1-1. (21-2) the score here, and a hit by a pitch is going to load up the bases again. David will move over to 2, and Jared Ross a hit by a pitch. He'll be at 1, so bases yet again loaded 1, 2, and 3 for Georgetown. 2 outs here, leading 21-2 in the top of this 5th inning. Pitch here on the way to Hunter Savarese, a ball, 1-0. Next pitch quickly in motion, 2 high and outside, 2-0.
I think the man on third just asked Adam if he had to score. If there was a
2-0 delivery. This one going to be popped up into the air, catchable in foul territory. The right fielder trying to get under it, and if he does, and he does, that was actually in fair territory for the third out. On a fly 9, and finally, Galen, this inning is over with, but the damage has been done by Georgetown.
11 runs. I got 8 hits.
Yep, we're totaling it up here, folks. Think there was any errors in that inning? After all that, there was no errors, Galen. I'm not seeing any. And then left on base, Georgetown left 3. So the way it goes, 11 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. What an inning for Georgetown as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Run rule ineffective.
We've got a new pitcher, number 2, is out there.
It's going to be Jared Pierce. So, hey, Jared Pierce's family listening in from Concan, Texas. Your grandson is now on the mound. The third pitcher of the night for Georgetown, Jared Pierce, the junior. Left-handed pitcher for the Georgetown Eagles. My kind of pitcher, I'm left-handed.
I think we've now played just about everybody that could have played today, except the starting pitchers, except the pitchers, the starting rotation, and the
Yeah, and I'm still trying to think here who we player of the game. I mean, the big play of the game, it's all over the place, really, but you know, Ryan Neitch with that home run, I think he's made the case for player of the game.
Yeah, and he also had another hit, too.
Yep.
And he scored 4 times.
3 or 4?
4. He scored on a, he scored in the third.
Oh, the last one is what I missed. He scored in that last inning, correct? Yeah. Leading off here, Galen for Cedar Creek, the bottom of the order. Of the
No,
center.
I'm wrong. He only scored 3 times. I'm sorry.
Who's this leading off here, Galen?
Let's see.
I think it's Vin Cleric.
So
Yeah, the bottom here will be Vin Cleric leading off, I believe, on the mound. Jared Pierce now for the Georgetown Eagles. Bottom of the 5th underway. Left-handed pitch on the way, called a strike. It's actually number 8. So it is not Vin Cleric. It is the bottom of the order. And that will be Holden Suarez.
he was used as a pinch runner last night.
Pitch on the way to Suarez. Called a strike here. 0-2 the early count. Next pitch on the way. This one popped up into the air. Foul off the first base side over the fence. 0-2 the count remains. This one hit over to right field, chasing it down and making the grab. Wow, what a play in the outfield by Noah Thompson. He had to track that one down with the sun in his eyes. You could see the glistening of the sun coming off his sunglasses. Somehow able to make that play. What a play by Noah Thompson on the fly 9. Matt bringing another statistic here. Says the Eagles' highest single game run total in the SHN era, and that is a fact. And the previous stat where he said 44 of 47, it's actually 42 of 45 district games. Previous high score runs that we've had here on SHN, March the 29th of 2016 when Georgetown scored 15 runs at Marble Falls. So this is eclipsing that run total since we've been broadcasting Eagle baseball. 2-0 the count here on Philip Figueroa. I believe that's Philip out there. This one hit up foul territory. The count will be 2-1.
If you're looking for another statistical portrayal of this game, Georgetown has sent 44 batters to the plate in this game, and this is only the 19th batter for Cedar Creek.
Wow. 2-2 the count here for Georgetown. Philip Figueroa at bat. What was the other one you said earlier? How many of them reached on base out of those batters, Galen?
I'll go back.
This one's going to ground up over the reach of the pitcher and trying to make a play. The second baseman, did he get there in time? He did. Wow, beautiful fielding on the play. Luke Seaback to Comort for the second out on a 4-3.
That's not Luke Seaback. That's 19.
No, it's 19. It's a new one out there.
Nice play second. 2 down. And hitting down number 23, Alex Pena.
19 for Georgetown is Zachary Whittington. What a play by Zach. Thank you, Galen, for catching that. 2 outs here now. And the early count, 0-1. At bat is Benjamin Garrison, number 22. Pitch on the way, left hand. It's actually number 23 at bat now. It's not Garrison. Count here 1-1. 23 on the mound is Carson Kawauzi. No, I beg your pardon. I may have not pronounced that right. Carson Kawazoe.
Yeah.
Carson Kawazoe at bat.
The other statistic now for the final, and I imagine it'll be the final for the game because I don't think they're going to come back as the game's over.
Pitched him there. Did he strike him? Swinging?
Yes.
For the third out.
Today's win here in the wind. Your Georgetown Eagles are the District 19 5A.
Well, Georgetown are now the 19 5A champions. Able to answer that call after Rouse got it last year. The final today, 21-2. We'll take a quick break. We'll have stats and more. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues after this.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.
Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Make my way down to the field. I'll leave it here with Galen Wellnicki. We'll be right back after this. Galen, take it away.
All righty. We got 21 for Georgetown. We got 21 runs. 13 hits. They made Cedar Creek made 4 errors. We left 8 men on base. You know, usually 8 men left on base wouldn't be a good number, but when you score 21, you know, you can kind of excuse that. 32 of 44 Georgetown batters reached base during the game. Let me count this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Georgetown batters reached base because they got hit by a pitch. I don't know if that's a school record, but it probably has to be pretty. It probably has to be pretty close. People down there right now are taking pictures of the Georgetown district champions. And I'll tell you what, when you go 14-0, that's well deserved. You know, this series wasn't one of the cleanest played as far as, you know, good baseball, but it was more than enough to clinch the district championship. We've got Stony Point at 7 o'clock Tuesday night in a non-district game, and then we come back to finish the season on Saturday and the following Tuesday against a team that's really been taking its knocks in Pflugerville-Conley. Conley's been outscored going into today's game. Conley has been outscored 54-0 in its previous 3 games. So Rob is down on the field, and he's looking for the person he wants to talk to as the player of the game. But he just went, I think the person he wants to talk to is being sent way down to the batting cages down. The batting cage which blew over at some point in time. And let's turn it over and total out the opposition. They had 2 runs on 2 hits. Both of those hits were in the first 2 innings. Georgetown made, I believe, no errors, and they had left 3 men on base. So right now Georgetown's 14-0. Cedar Creek is 4-8. We're down to just now, really theoretically, we're down to just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Georgetown, of course, is in, and then the other 2 are still too close to call. Today's other games, Conley was at Cedar Park, Hutto was at Rouse, and Elgin was at Eastview. And we had all the scores from last night. I don't really know what the situation was with. We never saw a score on Eastview and last night.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you.
You got me?
Galen,
you got me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, Galen. There. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to make sure, man. We don't have our field cam down here tonight. We're Rob Hipp down here with Ryan Goodnight. That's what I always say, Ryan. Is that all right, man?
That's fine, man.
Well, hey, tonight I want to talk about this, man. 44 batters for Georgetown, 32 of 44 reached on base. I know Cedar Creek early, you guys struggled again tonight, but then Cedar Creek really hurting themselves. But y'all found a way to come in here tonight, not only win, but a big win, 21-2. Ryan, you had a 2-run homer. You went 2 for 4. Talk about a victory here, now improving to 14-0 in 19-5A play.
So, before this game has started, Coach Fiera, one of our hitting coaches, told us that we need to stick to the plan, which was hit the ball away when it's pitched away. And that's what we tried to stick to, and it ended up working out for us later in the game. We just had to adjust in the earlier part.
Well, this game a lot different than last Saturday when we were playing at 39-degree weather, but the wind, major deal tonight. I know a lot of those pitches getting away early. Can you talk about the impact that the wind has on a game like today?
Oh, yeah. Whenever the wind's blowing in like this, you got to really focus on hitting ground balls, line drives, and really just getting on first base without hitting a pop fly, because everyone catches pop flies.
Well, we know coming up here the bye week, but you guys, you're not going to be off. I'm sure y'all will be working. Tell us about what goes on during the bye week, and then I know the next game coming up on Saturday, but talk to us about that upcoming bye week.
We'll be working out, and we'll be practicing a lot. We're supposed to scrimmage most of the days against each other, because we're supposed to have a game against Stony Point, I think, coming Tuesday. Yeah.
So you guys will have one game coming up there, so we'll be able to hear that one as well. Well, Ryan, again, big victory tonight. The weather a lot better today, of course. Last night it wasn't a bad night, but getting to play here on the home field as the visiting team today. But, again, good game today. You got a lot of respect for Cedar Creek, though. They're coached by a great coach, a lot of great kids out there. Before we go, though, the camera's actually up there tonight. Who do you want to give a shout-out to, Ryan?
I'm going to give a shout-out to my mom. I'm going to give a shout-out to my mom. Hey, Mom.
She's right there, so you better do it, man. Well, Ryan Knights, our SHN Georgetown Eagles player of the game. Appreciate you, Ryan. It's been a great season so far, young man. We'll welcome on Coach Adam Foster. Coach, good game today, 21-2, a different turnaround here in this one. But, again, things started out similar as what we saw last night, and Galen and I were talking after one. I was saying the coaches probably aren't too happy. Can you talk about how things got started here this afternoon for Georgetown?
Yeah, we're a little frustrated at the plate, and it's been a long season already, and these guys might have relaxed a little bit, but they got it back in gear and turned it back on.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Cedar Creek tonight victorious. Georgetown over Cedar Creek 21-2. That's been the highest run total that we've seen on SHN. The previous game that we had was, I believe, 15 runs against Marble Falls back in 2016. But you still got to give your hats off to Cedar Creek. They're coached by a great coach, a lot of great kids out there. Just talk about overall the game today and how happy you are right now to be 14-0 in 19-5A. And, hey, by the way, District 19-5A champions.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I like the sound of that. Yeah, they do a really good job at Cedar Creek. It's game 3 of the week for everybody, and you never know what you're going to run into on the mound. Sometimes you run out, and that's kind of what happened today, I think. Really proud of our kids, man. They fought really hard for this. They worked their tail off all fall. This was one of our goals. We're not done, but it was one of our goals to be district champions and be the #1 seed going into the playoffs. So just proud of our guys.
I think that's the first step to something great, a special group of kids here this year. And quickly, one last final thing here on this one, 42 batters this afternoon. Coach, 32 of those 44 reaching on base. Once again, talk about how proud you are with the hitting tonight for your Georgetown Eagles.
Yeah, our goal is just to get on first base, and no matter how we can do it, hit by pitch, walk, base hits, whatever. And, our plans were much better after about the second inning, so very proud of our guys today for turning it around.
Coach, you also, with the score the way it was, you were able to bring on quite a bit of the other players that we saw out there, Whittington coming on, and then got to see Ryan Courtney on the mound. That, I know, is important. Talk to us about being able to get those other players out here this afternoon.
Yeah, so the next 3 games for us are all about, making sure that we get guys enough time to be ready for when their number's called in the playoffs. And, we carry a big roster, and we tell those guys that are, not getting as much playing time as they want, that your number's going to be called when it matters. So, got to practice like we play, and then when your number's called, you got to go perform.
Coach, final question here. I normally don't do this with the coaches, only with the kids, but Christy sent me a message and said, why don't you ever ask Coach who he wants to shout out to? So, Coach Foster, who would you like to give a shout out to tonight? Camera's up there in the booth, Coach.
I got to shout out to my wife and my family. I love you guys. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Coach Adam Foster. Georgetown Eagles. Georgetown victorious here, 21-2. On a day where the running was just on fire for the Georgetown Eagles. Of course, they'll have the bye week, but we didn't want to forget about it. They will play Round Rock, Stony Point during the week. We will not have that game on SHN Sports, but Georgetown will still find a way to continue to hit some balls here, even on their bye week. So, Galen, I'll send it back up to you in the booth. I'll make my way back up there. We'll break this one down. SHN Sports Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues. Galen?
Being semi-retired, if I'm not doing anything else, I may wander down to Stony Point and watch that game on Tuesday, just so we can keep updated with the Eagles. You know, the final series with Conley is an interesting one in the fact that Conley, I don't know what Conley's situation is right now. They've been outscored 54-0 in their last 3 district games. Of course, they're playing the best teams in the district, but next to Georgetown. But still, you know, how has it gone that far awry for them? You know, they finished their schedule was, you know, the best 3 teams in the district the last 3 series of the season. They started off looking like they might have been a contender for the playoff spot, but then things just kind of fell apart for them. And you know, Cedar Park will be a good Stony Point will be a good test. I'm sure that Georgetown will play a lot of players in that game. Probably pitch 3 or 4 guys who haven't got a lot of work on the mound. May start. No, I would guess they probably start Noah Thompson as the starting pitcher on a Tuesday, because it's, you know, it's a game. We're 22-7-1, but it's a game. It's a game that it's not going to make a difference. It's a good work. It's really a good workout under game conditions, under a game condition situation. Give Rob a couple extra seconds here to get ready. We've had the totals, and it'll be interesting to find out how those especially how the Cedar Park Hutto game came out. I mean Rouse and Hutto, excuse me, game come out today, because that could really put a serious dent. If Rouse won again today, that could really put a serious dent in Hutto's plans to make the playoffs. I think Rob's trying to find the score right now.
Well, welcome back into the broadcast booth. Rob Hipp alongside Galen Wellnicki. Galen, thanks for, as always, taking that one away for me there for a few moments. Georgetown, big win tonight, 21-2, as they improve now to a perfect 14-0 in 19-5A. The last 2 games will be versus Connolly. Connolly's had their struggles this season. You talked about, you know, they got shut out again and just unfortunately having some hard times here in district play. Unfortunately, the data here at Georgetown on, I won't say what carrier. It's a carrier that we don't use for our data. I use it for my personal phone. But just not good quality coming in right now on that stream from Rouse. That game is over. There is a final there. It looks like Rouse was victorious, Galen. Again, it's hard to see down there. I'm trying to adjust the quality here on it. But again, it looks like Rouse may have been victorious in that ball game. And what were you saying about Hutto? That's kind of, it's almost a must-win situation for the Hippos. Yeah, they lost 12-2.
Okay, Hutto then would drop to 7-5, and Rouse would go to 9-3. We figure Cedar Park, which would go to 9-3, play in Conley, and then Elgin. You know, we haven't seen any results for two games on Eastview and Elgin. They could easily be 9-3 as well, considering how Eastview's season has gone. One thing we were handicapped today on finding out scores is because I imagine it was because of the storm last night. Texas High School Baseball, which does an outstanding job of collecting all the scores in the state and getting them up early in the morning the next day, was unable to update their stuff because of technical difficulties.
Yeah, and we get a lot from that. Well, you got to believe that Georgetown, in the poll that's going to be coming out on Monday from Texas High School Baseball, not the coaches poll, but the regular poll that we've been following, you got to believe they're going to be higher than number 11. They should make a bid now to be in that coaches poll. It'd surprise me if they weren't in the top 25.
We've won 3 more games since the last poll came out. So
absolutely. Well, Galen, quickly as we break this one down, Georgetown victorious 21-2. Your final thoughts on this one, partner?
It's a win is a win. You know, it wasn't the most graceful game in the world. You know, there's probably going to be a traffic jam in the ice bath after 9 players got hit, if there were 9 hit batsmen in the game.
Well, again, we appreciate all the folks that joined us from Cedar Creek today in the broadcast as well. I know a tough loss for the Eagles, but we always have the highest respect and just thoughts with Cedar Creek. A great group of people down in Cedar Creek. Every time that we went down there, I was actually looking forward to it. I'm not going to say I was displeased that we played here, Galen, but I was actually looking forward to going down to Bastrop today. But again, wanted to send out a special shout-out to all the fine folks there in Bastrop, Cedar Creek, Texas. We always appreciate you and the fine coaches that Coaches does there as well.
One of the good things about that is we're going to keep this rural, in most sports except for football, we're going to keep this rural context we have of this district.
I think it's pretty neat. So, well, Galen, on behalf of myself, Galen Wellnicki, Nathan Hipp helping us tonight as technical director and camera operator, wanted to say thank you for joining us here. Another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Georgetown improves perfect 14-0 in district play. They will play Round Rock in the bye week. We will not have that game on SHN Sports, but you can keep up with it online, I'm sure, through the Twitter account where they keep the score updated. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at SHN Sports, also Georgetown Eagle Baseball at EFND_baseball. Make sure to follow them for the latest that's going on. Again, your happy final score here from Georgetown, Texas, 21-2. Georgetown improves. And remember, as I always like to say, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until then, friends, have a wonderful, blessed weekend. We will catch up with you soon. It's been another great win here for Georgetown, 21-2. Again, the final score. Good afternoon, and have a great weekend from Georgetown. Goodbye, everyone. Flip the camera, Nathan.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hipp Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hipp Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hipp Network and SHNSports.com.